Believe it or not, it's time for the stream. Grab some snacks and your coffee. Sometimes I game or I make art. What will it be? Believe it or not, we are live. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How are you doing? Hello, Phil, Disney. How are you guys? So you got some tarot cards. What's going on? The Queen of Swords for Phil, hopefully. What's going on today? You need clear boundaries for something? Independence? Hi, Alex. We are live. Disney's a working parent, apparently. It could be practicality. Okay, I'm going to be real. My tarot, it kind of makes sense with today. The feeling of the lack of planning or foresight. Do you ever feel... No. Do you ever look ahead at what you have coming in the next week or two, and then suddenly, like, stress hits you like a freight train? That's how I felt this morning. I'm doing better now, but this morning was a bit much. Oh, wait. Oh my God. Smooch! Oh my God, hello. What is up? Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta catch up with stuff. Smooch has got the Empress reversed. Interesting. Do you feel like it's accurate? Yikes, good start from coming back. Smooch, how was your week to relax? I hope it went well. Alex, did you see the notes on Crawler Carl? No. What did you guys think? Did you guys finish? Wait, you didn't finish. You guys are like halfway through it, right? For those that don't know, in Disney's book club, they're doing Dungeon Crawler Carl right now, which is a series Alex is obsessed with, and I plan to read eventually. So no spoilers. First 100 pages. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. What do you guys think of it so far? I feel like lit RPG is a very niche genre, you know? It's new. It's like up and coming, I feel. I'd go into my card, but unfortunately I'm a working man again and can't yap. Oh, it's like NDA shit? I totally feel for that. I mean, and even then, just knowing it's like work related is kind of like enough said. I wish you well, Phil. Work shit can suck ass sometimes. Yeah, I feel you. I hope you carry the Queen of Swords in spirit. I'm almost done with catching up on the VODs. Wait, oh God, I lost your message. Hold on. We're going over here. I'm almost done catching up with the VODs. Then it's time to watch Disney and her VODs. Yeah, there was a lot. Smooch, I feel like while you were gone, I did very long streams. Well, long for me. I feel like I did a lot of 4+ hour streams. Oh, I missed you all. We missed you too, Smooch. We did the first section meeting yesterday. Yeah, what'd you guys think? Hi, Jack. Your notification actually came through this time. Good. Discord just decided to be stupid for a week, I guess. I don't know. No, I'm just busy. It's not NDA. Oh, okay. Well, still work be work. We don't like that. And the week was lovely. Lovely. God, I've said hubby and lovely at the same time. The week was lovely. I'm glad to hear that. Hubby missed us, and I got to sleep a lot. Got sick at the start of the week, so yeah, but I'm okay now. Hey, at least you got to chill while you were sick. Smooch, I was also sick basically last week and the week before. I hate it. I can't imagine taking care of a child while you're sick, so I'm glad you got to rest. Hi, Auntie Jack. What is up? How are you doing? Jack number 2. I would die for Princess Donut. So normally book club meetings are like 20-30 minutes, and last night was a bit over an hour? Oh, so you guys really like that book. Damn, it must be really good. I mean, I trust Alex's taste. When Alex says a book is good, it's normally like, yeah, he's got a good sense for that sort of thing. Damn. I love how people used bits to tell you to pause the game still. It's a meme. It's good, man. Yeah, I don't know if you've gotten to the part where I kept trying to get through the cable car thing, and people kept sending bits as I was trying not to get like shot off the side of the mountain. That was fun. Good times. Good times. I'll be over in a bit because I'm on another stream right now as a puzzle comp judge. Oh, hey, Isaiah. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I mean, you know us. We're probably going to yap a bit, probably going to yap and then get to the game. And I don't know how long it'll take. For those that didn't see the title, I've been gifted some horror games for spooky season, among also playing some on my personal list. And today is a game that Disney gifted me. I will be trying to play for the first time Five Nights at Freddy's. We're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna see how that goes. Dollmare. I don't know if I'll get to Dollmare. No, yeah. I don't know if I'll get to Dollmare. Because I'm gonna be honest, the list is very long. It's very long. We're gonna see what we can fit in. And if not now, maybe I could do it in the future. You never know. It's great. Phil likes it. The book. Yeah, I need you to give us the non-spoiler reactions to our thoughts. Better game and not yap. Smooch, do you know who I am? We're always gonna yap a little bit. I can't help it. It's in my blood at this point. Even when I planned a game, the yapping happens anyway. That's why it's in my tags. I'm trying to think if anything happened this weekend. I'm sorry I forgot to update on Saturday about not streaming on Saturday. My weekend was hectic as hell. It was a lot. Good, but it was busy. See, Auntie Jack knows. He knows. That's why we have an emo for it. Yeah, busy as hell. I had my in-laws in all weekend and we were out and about, and then like I had stomach problems all weekend, and I'm just glad to get back to routine. Do you guys know how that is? Which is why my tarot card makes sense for me. I'm a very routine oriented person, I've learned, and whenever I get hit with more than one thing in a row, for instance being sick, and then visitors, and then my body deciding, hey, you're gonna get sick again in a different way. I hate that. I hate it. It's very hard for me to adjust back to it. So I'm happy to be here now, man. What about you guys? Did you do anything fun this weekend? I know, hence why people still needed to tell you to pause the fucking game. I know Phil mentioned something about the sizing of the screen being a problem for people. Oh, another thing is the static in the game. It fucks up your camera. It only happens when the static happens, so don't be alarmed when that does happen. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. For some reason, like an hour ago, I remembered you guys telling me like, oh, a game's gonna be weird with the ratio. And I was like, was this the game? I'm pretty sure it was. And you think, even if I was suspicious of that I would have checked it, right? And guess who didn't? Now I'm thinking I probably should have. That's okay. We're going to figure this out together. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Anti-Jack has pulled the Two of Swords. Interesting. That's always an interesting one. I also saw a stream with Disney. Yes, Smooch, thank you. That's a good time to announce this. Guys, if you did not see over on the Discord, I did announce we were doing a bonus stream this week. So I will be streaming our normal Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but I will also be streaming Friday evening for me. The time is going to be like 4 hours from now for our international viewers around then. It's 5 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, Disney and I are going to be doing a little collab. We're going to be doing Dead by Daylight. So that's going to be interesting. I've never played that before either. So the chaos will be immense, I'm sure. It's so accurate though. Oh no, Jack. Anti-Jack, no. It's okay if it doesn't work. You can just play Insanity instead. Oh, I have a lot of games we can do. Don't you fret. We got a lot. The notes are very interesting, and it's interesting to see what some people are picking up on and what some people are way off on. Ooh. Yay, collab stream. Yes. B's prediction is way off, huh? Oh, I love it. Hey, also speaking of books, guys, Disney's got her book club going on for Dungeon Crawler Carl. We just wrapped up our previous summer session and we're entering the fall. I have my book. We have chosen, as of last stream, the fall book club is going to be this book, Tender is the Flesh. It's a horror book for spooky season. Tender is the Flesh by Agustina Bastarrica, who I have learned is Argentinian. She's an Argentine author. So it was written in Spanish and translated for those that were wondering whenever we picked this book at book club. But yeah, it's just a little guy. I think it's a little longer than a novella, but like, here's my hand for reference. Not too bad at all. And a cool ass cover. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that just say like, wow, I'm an intriguing individual? You know, you're reading this in the cafe and they're like, wow, what is she reading? What's that bold red color? What is that collage-esque type cover? Wow. How mysterious. How enticing. Oh, listen, we never discussed this, but I assume we will both be live and have a shared chat. Yes, that is what I was thinking. Doesn't Twitch have a thing for that now where it's like you stream at the same, you're like dual streaming and it says you're live, but you're like live together? I thought she would do that. I think Disney will join for this book club. Never mind, she gave me a weird look. I'm in trouble. What do you mean? She doesn't want to read this? About cannibalism? This is about cannibalism, by the way, guys. Cannibalism. This is if cannibalism was legal. I think due to like climate crisis. That makes sense. Like animals and shit have died out. We have no technology. We have to eat people now. So here we are. Seems great for a horror concept. I'm just saying. It's like The Purge, but a little different, maybe. So if you want The Purge, but different, I actually don't know if it's like The Purge. Don't quote me on that. I'm just kind of spitballing here. But yeah, that's going to be our book club. I also just had my first orchestra rehearsal last night, which is super exciting because I don't know if you remember. I owe you guys many things, which are coming down the pipeline. There's just too much to do on stream right now. One of those things coming down the pipeline is Alyssa plays a French horn little mini recital for you guys on stream, and if I'm playing in orchestra again, that's part of my grand plan to get back into shape to play, which means very soon that's gonna come too. Wow, it's great. Yeah, there's a stream together thing. I just assumed we'd do that, but then I was like, wait, maybe we're doing it another way. No, I kind of figured we'd do something like that too, but also if you have different ideas, I'm like completely open to it. I've never done a collab stream, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. You have multiple months? What do you mean? Multiple months of what? Disney hyper focuses on things. Right now it's VODs. It needs some peer pressure sometimes to balance her out. Wait, what do you mean with what exactly? Like, what does she need to balance out? Does she need to do other things like book clubs? Read up. Wait, what? Phil, I did read up. I still don't understand. I need to catch up on my dang VODs. But Disney, listen. If you haven't seen, guys, Disney's been going hard on the TikTok thing. I've had to officially step away from TikTok. I now post there, but I don't scroll there anymore. I got scared away by people. So I just posted. Now I'm like, all right, bye. Oh, the timing's just off. Damn. To read the book club book, Alyssa. Welcome, Disney. Do it. And if it's too scary, you can bail. Don't worry. I don't know if you're... Wait, of course you're a horror fan. Do you like horror books? Who scared you? I'll get them. No, it's just a lot of people. A lot of people send messages on TikTok. I don't know what that is. I don't have that problem on Instagram. And obviously, like YouTube. YouTube works a little different, though. But people just message you all the time. All the time on TikTok. Messages? Yeah. Like private messages. And I'm like, you can just comment and I'll still get back to you. I reply to every single goddamn comment. Like videos or talking. No, like DMs. Like people message me. Some of them are really creepy, which I've experienced before, and that's fine. And other times I'm like, I can't get back to DMs, especially if I don't know you. I don't know. There's a line on if I feel like I know you or not. And I don't have the time to like, how am I supposed to say this? Another reason I opened the Discord here is because if every single person on every single platform messaged me privately, I would not be able to talk to anyone. That would just be very difficult for me to keep up with. And as you guys know, I already don't go on my phone like as often as a lot of people in our generation. You know what I mean? It's why you'll see me bulk catch up with notifications on Discord because I have to unplug. And if I don't, my mental health tanks. And you guys know how much I care about mental health and how much I'm, trying to be an advocate for that for everyone. So like, hence the Discord being a great solution where I can still communicate with you guys pretty regularly and like all the time. I feel like the communication on Discord's really good while also creating a sense of community for you guys with or without me there. It's just a great solution. But imagine if every single person private messaged me shit. I wouldn't be able to talk to anyone. So like, I feel like I've got a good rhythm on that now, right? TikTok has got people. I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Like, I can't respond to this all the time. What do I do? I wonder if that's a setting you need to change. I never get DMs from randos. Yeah. I mean, granted, some of them have been creeps. Some of them have been people trying to connect and genuinely be nice, which I do appreciate. But sometimes it's like long conversations. And I'm like, I can't just like sit and text and chit chat for fun. I just don't. I don't have the bandwidth for it. I just don't. Sometimes it's people just sending random shit or self promos. And I'm like, okay, what? No, bye. Yeah, it's been a whole slew of things. So now I've detached and I post and I leave and I go, bye. But ironically, YouTube's actually been going well. And Instagram, which is crazy. So that's good. Let's just maybe, I don't know. We're going to keep doing all of it and just see what happens. I did get my first hate comment on YouTube though, guys. I did it. Wait. I did it. That means I made it. First hate comment. It didn't even bother me, which is huge. I actually kind of knew that'd be the case though. You guys know I've talked about deep in the Alyssa lore. I used to do like a music YouTube, right? Alyssa, does drama just follow you? I don't think I'm a very drama oriented person. Because that's the thing, I don't engage with it. I just step away and I leave. Gotta love hate comments. So here's the thing, I have gotten hate comments before on my old music YouTube, the one I used to do way back in Alyssa lore, right? But I love kind of when you start small and you grow organically and you don't tell anyone. Because what happened on my music one was like, I got enough people there, kind of like here, where people would leave a hate comment and then like I wouldn't give a shit because I know like, well, no, there are a lot of people out there that like what I do. You know what I mean? Whereas like if you're just throwing your shit into the void and no one's interacting with you and then you get a hate comment, that would probably bother a person a lot more, right? This one was so funny because this video was doing well statistically, as in like clearly people were enjoying it. And obviously like, we have our whole thing going here. So it's like I know we have a good thing going. And this guy comes into a comment and just says, that wasn't that funny. And I wanted to respond back and be like, well, you're not that nice. I didn't. I just left him on red. I wanted to though. I was this close. Yeah, there's a privacy setting you need to turn on. That'd be great. Mostly for the creeps. I don't mind people who are genuinely trying to connect, but it's like, you guys know, there's only so many hours in the day. You can't do it. I only get DMs only DMs I get on TikTok are from friends sending me TikToks. Okay, that's the way to do it. That's what I want. Because then I'll be more likely to like actually go on and use it. I'm back to the speech to talker type thing because I'm feeting again. Feeding. Oh, I swear this thing hates my accent. Smooch, I'm ready for this era. I've gotten some, and usually I just laugh, and when I tell Phil about it, he's like, damn, that didn't faze you at all? And I'm like, no, because they're an idiot, so why would I be upset? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's such a good way to go about it. I feel so used to it because you guys have to imagine, I studied performance in college. Like, there was a very long phase of my life during formative teenage and early adult years, right? Where all I did was put myself on a stage to be judged by people, to be judged against others, to literally every time you mess up, you get a tally mark, and whoever has the least tally marks of imperfections wins the position they want, right? And you're compared against everyone constantly. Like that's the environment. Everyone was like nice and we were all comrades, sure, but like realistically, that's the environment like I studied under for a very long time. So then when I started like music YouTube and I would get like comments like that, I thought they would bother me more, but honestly they didn't, because like I said, at that point, I remember one time I got a hate comment on a crazy difficult piece I arranged and played entirely by myself. And I didn't even see the comment until afterwards. Other members of my community were like, do you think you could do this? Like, do you think you could do any better? Like, I'd like to see you try. Like, other people came to rally for me. And I remember that was a moment where I was like, oh yeah, like the hate comments really shouldn't matter. Because if people enjoy what I do and like what I'm, I don't know, kind of like trying to give to said community, then why would one person going out of their way to say a negative comment matter? Because also, how often have you seen a video or a tweet or I don't know, anything out on the internet, right? You're scrolling, you're just going through your algorithm, whatever. How many times have you seen something that you're either like, that wasn't that funny, or kind of like, oh, okay, like, you know, that didn't really get me, or to something straight up bad, right? Anywhere in that range. And when I say bad, I typically mean something that's like, it makes you upset or angry or whatever. How often do you just scroll past it, right? You're not bothered by, or like, not bothered by it. You don't want to take the time and energy out of your day to interact with that, because that doesn't do you any good. It just like brings you further down in the negative spiral of it all, right? So, I don't know. It just seems silly. It just seems silly. I will say to the, oh, Disney, like, did it not phase you at all thing? I know for me, it's come with practice. Because I think when I was younger, that stuff would have phased me more. And now it does not. So, I don't know. Some of it might also just come with age. Some of it definitely is from my music background. But I'm sure for other people, it could come from, maybe they grew up in a rough household where their parents were judgmental, or they're like me and they have a performance background. Maybe they were like drama kids or theater kids, right? Or who knows? Yeah, don't waste time. Okay, wait, sorry, Smooch. I gotta get this. Don't waste time. Bad, but he sound pretty pathetic himself. No, yes. Like, he isn't probably that funny. Single with a dog, mid-30s, so probably still living with his mom. Damn, Smooch. Get him. I got my first racist comment one not too long ago. Just blocked them. Yeah, see, that's the shit. You're right. That you can't tolerate, because that's just like, I don't know. Ugh. Oh god, racist people are the worst. Yeah, same with single man in the 30s. Yeah, I've definitely gotten a couple of creepy ones, and the profile pictures tend to look like single older man, for sure. That's fine. I love fans defending defender streamer defense. I love fans, not defender, defense. I get you. You're saying when the fans defend the streamer. I do too. Or just like any case of that. It's a fun time. I already had haters on TikTok. On TikTok Live, so I can handle them on Twitch. Like, they started if the father list jokes. Less fatherless. Thank you. So yeah, same with the friend, because very death treads. Oh my fucking god. Guys, I can't understand what Smooch is saying now. I think I do. She can handle the haters. That's what I'm getting. This is such your serious subject, and my fucking speak thing is fucking it up. It is, but that's okay, Smooch. You're bringing a levity to this that I appreciate it. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say we appreciate it. I just got back from a little mini adventure. What was your mini adventure, Jack? We're talking about haters. Yeah, honestly, at this point, they just make me laugh. I know what you mean, Smooch. Like honestly, if you've had experience with them before, I think there are naturally two different kinds of people. I think there are people that can naturally weather haters a bit more than some others. But also, really, I think that kind of negativity pointed towards you can get to anyone. And it's important to have healthy coping mechanisms to deal with it. And I think that's something, like I said, I've developed through my musical background and then through doing YouTube and social media to a different extent before. Especially because music is so personal. Music is like your own voice and ability. And back then, unhealthfully, my entire sense of identity and worth was around Alyssa as a musician. Whereas now, like, Alyssa's an artist, but Alyssa's also a streamer. Alyssa's also a gardener and a wife and a friend. And I don't know, I really didn't think of myself that way back then. So any sense of negativity or me not being good enough with my playing of my instrument, that would really like fuck me up, which sounds so silly to say now. Like, I know it seems so small and incidental, but back then it was a big deal. And yeah, now it's like, yeah, being on the other side and knowing what I know, just like life lessons and who I am and the kind of people that do that kind of thing. It's, yeah, it just seems almost like funny. Okay, wait. Death Fritz? I meant to say Death Fritz. I got that different. Oh, my Death Trays. I don't know what you're saying, Smooch. I'm sorry. Tell us more. How do you deal with said hater? Wait, did I miss something? Nope. Okay. I feel like if you have enough good fans, you can handle the haters. Oh, yeah, that just makes it easier. Well, honestly, at that point, it kind of gets funny because then they rally behind you. I would say, I can imagine, especially starting off, if you didn't have anyone there, that, like I said, this kind of goes with the whole, like, if you know you're creating content or creating a community or doing something, providing something that you know people are enjoying and liking and genuinely want more of said thing, then it's a lot easier for you to weather haters, right? Because you know, like, okay, let's say even if they didn't like it, right? Like, hater status aside, let's say genuinely, like, people out there just don't like what you do. That's okay, because things are subjective and what you do is not going to be liked by everyone. But I know there are some people out there that do really like this stuff. So it's like, okay. And if someone has to go out of their way to fucking say it or something, it's like, that says more about you than it does me, dude. I'm getting a new exercise bike delivered, but my street has been undergoing construction. Oh, one side of the street is closed. I left special delivery instructions to enter through the other side. But of course, I just got a call that they were blocked. But did you get the bike? I think I see something. Hold up. So I had to go find them, get in my car, drive it all the way around, which is longer than it has any right to be. Load the box in my car, which is heavy as fuck, by the way. Drive it all the way back and drag it in my house. So that's your exercise for the day. You're done now. You're done. You're donezo. Yeah, the non-racist ones are just people being idiots. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's definitely a difference between, like, I'm gonna say I just don't like this, or like I'm gonna try to attack, you know, if I'm a misogynist or if I'm a racist or if I'm gonna comment on some bullshit like that. Like on a Fortnite one, someone was like, "Oh, so those people I call bots are actually people," implying I'm really bad that I'm a bot. Yeah, in the description, I think I literally put it as my first time playing Fortnite. So it was like, okay, if you're coming across players at my level, that sounds like you suck at the game. That was my first master. What's your excuse? Like, I didn't say that to them, but to Phil. Oh, yeah. And like, I mean, honestly, that's just people kind of not understanding, like, comedy. Like, I don't know. I feel like that says more about, like, they only watch pro esports gamer moments, which, like, isn't your brand. Neither is it mine, you know? It just, It just depends. People are silly. I think that's the funniest thing too, is when people also try to like tell you how to do things without necessarily like, how do I say this? Because sometimes I get suggestions from you guys, people who have been in the community for any varying amount of time, right? Whether they're newer or longtime veterans, but like people who kind of like, I can tell are around to some extent, even if you just lurk. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But there's a difference between like, how often have we had, this has happened at least like a handful of times, someone comes in and it's a bot probably most of the time, but it's someone being like, hi, how are you? And I go like, oh, good. Like, how are you? And they go like, I'm an artist. Can I do art for you? And I'm like, hey, well, you can't see. I already have assets made. And actually, I'm a professional artist. If you were here for any length of time, or even if you just scroll down, I have that everywhere on my panels, on all of my social medias. I'm a professional. And I don't need to hire somebody, especially coming in doing cold calls and chat, to do art assets for me. Thanks. And then sometimes they'll keep being like, well, I can do this for you. Or like, let me know. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, get out of here. Oh, are you trying to say death threats? Smooch, are you trying to say death threats, maybe? I don't know. I have a feeling the auto mod might take that out too, even if you get it. So that's what I mean when I say it doesn't phase me, because normally people, or it's like people like that being idiots. Like they don't read or take context clues. Yeah, for sure. It's not me. It's not on me. It's on them being dumb as fuck. No, I totally get that. Whereas like if it's just going to straight up attack your ethnicity or your looks or your gender or your, you know, any of that, then it's all right. Well, I antagonize her in return and stoke the flames. People who play Fortnite are mostly single men in their 30s or even 40s that live at home with their mommy. Do a lot of kids still play Fortnite? Whenever I was teaching in schools, I feel like Fortnite was like the kids' game, but maybe I'm wrong. I obviously have no idea. I don't play FPS games. Have you seen me play in Soundmine? Obviously, I don't play FPS games. I'll always be your number one hater. I wouldn't have it any other way. Hell yeah. Yes, difference, death to my... Never mind, you got it. Ah, okay, we were saying death threats, yes. Now, that has never happened to me. Let's hope, knock on wood, please, love of God. I don't want that to happen. I don't know, just don't... Yeah, don't want to fuck with that. Let's not. Let's continue with this without you. Without that. Have you gotten that before? Wait. Has someone here gotten that before? Holy shit, because that would be crazy. I can't wait till I'm streaming. I can almost, but so I think you come out. What? Wait, what? What is Smooch saying? I think you come out. What the fuck? I meant to say I can't wait until I'm streaming and I get all those butts in chats and kick. Oh, okay. Not actual butts. You mean like assholes. And kick them out. Oh, fuck off. We're taking a break from soda, and we bought Olipop sodas, and they actually taste surprisingly good. Fortnite does have a lot of kids, yes. Well, that also explains it. Kids are fucking mean. Kids can be... Listen, having worked in a middle school for so long, kids, especially at that age, are some of the cruelest motherfuckers you'll ever come across. Oh, my God. Jesus, I hate this. It's okay, Smooch. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of Olipop sodas, though, Phil. Butts or bots? Both. Ban the butts and the bots. I gave up reading that. I was really trying hard. I was really trying. I try really hard to edit the text-to-speech stuff first to read it in the way it's intended to be. And then at a point when I give up, I just read it word for word as it is. That's how we do it. Smooch wants butts in her chats. You heard it here. Send the butt pics. Don't. I don't know if I should cry or laugh. Olipop is like healthy, fiber-rich, natural stuff. Fiber-rich. That's okay. And it's good? I mean, I say this as a whole wheat girl. I love, like, that's an easy way to get fiber. Guys, if you just train yourself to eat whole wheat bread instead of white bread, you'll be good to go. It's the best. And then you learn to love it, and then going back to white bread feels weird. Unless you're Disney, then you just don't eat bread at all. And then you're fucked, I guess. I'm about as a robot. No, I know. I'm men's, but as in robots. I give up. I meant butts. I said robots. I don't know what that means. It's probiotic soda. Okay. Olipop combines the classic soda. Sorry, this sounds like an ad read. Olipop combines the classic soda flavor you know and love with probiotics, plant fiber, and botanicals to support your microbiome and digestive health. Buy Olipop today. How was that? That's great, though. I meant bots, not butts. Oh, Smooch, I definitely just thought you meant like assholes, because honestly, it works for either. Ban the bots and the butts, am I right? That should be the motto of the stream. We ban bots and butts. Hi, here at the Sketchy Stream, we don't tolerate bots or butts. For your viewing pleasure, they will be banned. This message has been sponsored by Olipop, and then I stick in the ad read. Boom. Olipop, sponsor me. Disney's a butt? Damn. Wait, what is Smooch saying? This thing is racist? It's just confused by your accent. Which, let's be real, Smooch, we all wish we had your accent. Okay, your accent, every time I hear it, I'm like, I wish I fucking sounded like that. If my family just stayed in Europe across the pond just a little bit longer, I would sound intelligent, witty, charming, no matter what came out of my mouth. And instead, I sound like this. Yeah, we hate viewing butts. You're right, Phil. Well, I expect this treatment from Jack, but not from you. Oh, no, my accent ain't fun. Do you not like your accent? All right, let me ask y'all this. If you could have any accent ever, what would it be? What would you choose? Or would you like to sound just the way you sound right now? I would love a British accent, dude. Just because a lot of my extended family has a British accent. But then, like I said, no matter what comes out of my mouth, it would be enticing, you know? It would just be nice. It would just be nice. Dunglish? Oh, wait. Is that like Dutch English? I gotta be real, Smooch. Dunglish sounds like you're making a dung joke, like a poop joke. But now I realize it might be Dutch. I don't actually know. Alyssa should do commercials. I'd be happy to. Sponsor me. Canadian accent, hands down. Hey, Lazy. Lazy, do you have a Canadian accent? Or do you not? I'm genuinely curious because sometimes I meet Canadians and they sound very American Midwest. But then you guys got the whole French thing going on. I don't actually know. English is a very real thing. No English, Dunglish. You'd also love an Australian accent. Australian's pretty sick too. It's like the funky English cousin, you know? Like they have a bit more fun. They're a bit more wild, you know? Bit more like unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to get. I'm not stereotyping all Australians. That's what the sound of the accent gives me. I just got to tell you that right now. Phil earlier, I'm too busy to chat. Continues to chat. No, good. Keep chatting. Yes. Who needs work? Google Dunglish. Okay, I'll do it. It's not going to come up with like a picture of poop, right? You sure? Dunglish is a popular term for an English spoken with a mixture of Dutch. Well, wait. Smooch, isn't that the accent you have? Because I fucking love that accent. The fuck is Alicia? Oh, wait. Is it like Alicia Vikander? She's Dutch, isn't she? I actually love Alicia Vikander's accent. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that. Eh. Don't judge me. I'm just saying a southern accent with my quick wit and quips would be amazing. Some southern, listen, there's different types of southern accents. Some of them are very, very charming. Some of them do, much like how the posh British accent will up your seeming intelligence. There are definitely some southern accents that will kind of drop that no matter how smart you are. But other ones make you sound like, hmm, I'm sophisticated. Ah. It definitely depends. And you're right. And then also the comedy they could pull off, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. He has a French Canadian accent, I bet. Phil, if you hung out with me, you would know. My accent is North American, but that's so broad. I mean, I'm North American. The fuck is Alicia? What you call it? Called you Alicia? Oh, it called me Alicia? Okay, I do know, for anyone out there who knows this, Alicia Vikander, I think is how they pronounce it, I think is a Dutch actress, but she speaks English. Her accent fucking rocks. Impossible. I'm taking the bless your heart southern accent. That's a good one, Disney. Oh, bless your heart. That's like a lot of my extended family on Alex's side now. Sounds like that. Like his aunts and stuff. They got the bless your heart thing going. I swear this is not doing it. And yes, Dan English is like, wait. It's like a combination of Dutch and English. It's mostly Dutch people speaking English or trying. Oh yeah, Smooch, that's your accent then. I love it. It sounds so nice. Hey, listen, can you give a pitch for RuneScape League so I can have friends? Alex, you're supposed to give me the ad read. You're supposed to write the text and then I'll read it. Hey guys, ever wanted a friend? Ever wanted an incredible bonding experience through the world of MMORPGs? Well, today's your lucky day. Sick of the grind that comes with typical roleplay games? Not today. RuneScape Leagues provides you the MMORPG experience without the grind, without wasting your time. Jump in there now. Meet your new best friend, Alex, right at the right, the famous torso himself. And in RuneScape Leagues, you don't need to waste your time. Number go up so fast you won't even believe it. Check it out. How's that? I don't know anything else about RuneScape Leagues except number go up fast, right? Is that it? Hey guys, Raid Shadow Legends. What this? There you go. Alex, here, piggyback off of this. Guys, you ever just pull into a parking lot and eat your lunch and there's no one around and then some bot comes and parks right next to you? Who's the bot? Okay, Lazy, I was actually totally clocking you. I have done that exact same thing before. But I don't think I've had a bot come up to me. For 5 gifted subs, I think Alyssa can make this happen. Damn it, you're right. Disney shit. You're right. That's what I should have done. I have to charge for this. We're talking about North American accents. I love talking North American accents. Well, yeah, we're talking about accents. And then, like, if you could have any accent, what would you have? Like, Jack, I've never actually thought about this, but do you have a strong Canadian accent? Do you say a boot? Like, oh, about that. I was meaning to talk to you. Do you sound like that? I actually don't know what you guys sound like. It's like Super RuneScape. Everything is boosted so the game goes by much faster. Regional Ontario accents? Wasn't that like Halle Bailey or something Dutch? I don't know. Haley Berry? I don't know. How do I start? Is there a website? Yes, you download it. And then you have it on your computer. The launch thing. I know how this works. No, Alyssa, get paid first? I know, Disney shit. I should have consulted you. Only unfortunate thing is that it costs money, but yeah. Are you selling us your husband, Alyssa? I mean, apparently he wants to sell himself. So, I mean, it's not up to me. That's up to him. Gosh, you need to teach Alyssa the ways of capitalism. I know. It's just so against my bones normally. Oh my god, Lazy. Dog and heater, dog on their deathbed? What the fuck? What? I don't. No. No. I don't ever want to see a dog on their deathbed, so I guess the former. You wild for that? Then Grimace? Dear God. 22 for 2 months? Wait. Yeah, that's y'all's whole monthly gaming budget? I know. I know. It's okay. Alex typically doesn't fight me too bad whenever I ask him to buy games, so it's okay. The aboats are regional mostly to Maritimes. So you don't say aboats? Damn it. Okay, Jack, what's like the cornerstone of your accent? And for you guys hearing me speak, what would you say is the cornerstone for my accent? Because I feel like I speak correctly. Do you know what I mean? But everyone feels that way about how they sound, you know? Unless you're somewhere like the Bronx or Boston, where like obviously their regional accent is known to be very distinct and like it's so niche and small, you know? It's funny. I'm aware though that everyone has an accent. Also, are we going to make a custom desk for we are going to make a custom desk for upstairs, and I still have to figure out the background. Once that's done, we're closer to streaming. Hell yeah, Smooch. I'm glad that you're getting that going. But Ontarians do tend to hit sorry like sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that. About that. No, like the actress from the 80s from Breakfast at Tiffany's. I have never seen that film. I don't know who's in it. Is Tom Hanks in that film? Or is that a different one? No. I'm thinking like Sleepless in Seattle, right? Oh. Strongest, most distinguishable Canadian accents are Newfoundland, non-Newfoundland Maritimes, Quebecois, is that how I say that? And Alberta. Okay. So not where you are. So are you guys like the Canadians that sound mostly American? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like sometimes I hear Canadians speak and they're like, I'm from Canada. And I'm like, oh, you are? Okay. I'll pay $100 to spend an hour with Alex. We will play D&D. I pay the yearly price, so it's $80 a year. That's true. And that is definitely much more doable. How expensive does gas have to be per gallon for you to get an electric car? I mean, I would just like an electric car anyway for the environment's sake. But at this point, our biggest thing that we need, Alex and I need a car that can tow shit. We need a car with a hauling capacity. And I don't want a Ford like F350 or some shit like that. I will not. We're looking at Subarus currently. Anybody got thoughts on Subarus? Because they can be small and we can get one kind of cheap here. I don't know. We're figuring it out. We can play D&D for free. Hell yeah. $5? I would go lower than that. Unless it doesn't haul. Then no deal. I really want to play an Unhinged Goblin. Hell yeah. Wait, can we do D&D online? Alex and I exclusively do D&D online now. Well, we have to do it virtually because we live far away from our D&D groups now since we moved. Then when you say horror, it sounds like whore. I'd be so down if someone can DM. Ontario accents also hit their O's weird. See above the sorry? Yeah. Yeah, not as roundly as the sorry. Sorry. You're right, Americans do kind of say it weird. Sorry. 260 to 290? Well, shit, we're past that now. Who would be in it, though? I think my hubby wants to join, too. We sometimes hit our R strong. Kind of like pirates bar. I learned what that meant. I think that means rhotic. If you have that in your accents. There's a handful of American accents that are rhotic and ones that are not. I know what you mean. Ontario accents are pretty close to Michigan and anything Great Lakes east of Wisconsin. We could totally do a one shot or something. I like DMing. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alex, say the word and I can set something up on my Discord if you ever want to coordinate something like that. I know we're a bit busy the coming couple weeks, I think. But yeah, you let me know. We can do that. Your accent list is pretty generic American. I mean, yeah, that's how I feel. But I saw a TikTok guy breaking down mid-Florida accents recently. It's subtle. Alex's accent is much more pronounced. Wait! Okay, first off, Jack, I think I saw the same guy. His name is Zay. That's kind of what got me thinking about accents more. It's also where I learned the word rhodic. It's from that same guy, probably. But, so my accent is subtle. That's fascinating. You think Alex's is pronounced? I have to hear how. Yeah, I have an accent because I don't hear it. But I would love to hear break the glass for me. I want the glass shattered. I want to hear Alex's accent now. It's so pronounced? No fucking way. You sound like you've been living. Alex, you are a Southerner. Holy shit. I'm like tearing up because that's so goddamn funny to me. Your accent sounds like Sandy Cheeks. No, it doesn't! Watch Rhett and Link and listen to Alex. Okay. I feel like whale hail. I feel like Rhett. But no, how should I say this? Link from Rhett and Link, from what I can remember, because I did used to watch them, but it's been a bit. Link had a more pronounced Southern accent to my ears than Rhett did or does. Even though they grew up in the same area, which is interesting because that should affect it, right? I would say Alex sounds a bit more, I guess, like Rhett. I don't know. You're right. I got to go back and listen to it now. That's so funny. Alex, how do you feel? How do you feel being a Southerner? That's so goddamn funny to me, dude. First off, rude. Me and Disney are so down. No matter what she says, hell yeah, Phil. I'll talk to him about it. I can set something up for D&D on Discord where like that's where we could like organize stuff like that and even like go on a voice chat there. We normally use Discord for our virtual games with our main groups and stuff, so should be easy. Okay, send a friend request to you and Alex on Discord so we can create a group for D&D. I use Roll20. Aw, cool, Smooch. Hell yeah. Alex, get in the frame now. Say something. Alex, if you would like to defend your honor, you're welcome to come up here and do so. My accent sounds like Sandy Cheeks or Alex's. Sometimes I'm like, who put SpongeBob on? Shut up. I do not sound like a Texan. I do not. Does Sandy sound like a Texan? I don't think Sandy's supposed to. My vocabulary is definitely North Carolina, but I didn't realize I had an accent. No, you know what, Alex? I'll give them this. I'll give them this, though. She's from Texas, but does Sandy sound like Texas? No, okay. I know Sandy's... Hold on. I'm going to circle back to the Alex thing in a sec. I know Sandy is supposed to be from Texas, but does that mean they've captured an accurate Texas accent? Do you know what I mean? Because I can put on a fake British accent, but is that a Northampton accent? Is that a London accent? Is that a Derbyshire accent? Because a real Brit would be like, what the fuck is this shit? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She sounds like rural Texas. She even does does cowboy shit. No, I'm saying that, but like, I'm saying a real Texas person would be able to spot that from like a mile away. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, going back to the Alex thing with his accent, I'll say this. Whenever we started dating, at one point he had me cackling. Like, I mean, literally like tears fell down my face because I wasn't expecting this. We were talking about, I don't know, we were probably like walking on the sidewalk or some shit, right? On the side of the road. And how do you say the word CEMENT? The stuff that the sidewalk is made out of. He said the word cement. And I went and looked at him. I went, the what? I was like, what did you say? And he was like, the cement. And I was like, you mean cement? I hate it so much. And I was like, that's not how you say that word. Cement, exactly. Alex, do you still say cement, or did I bully it out of you at this point? I honestly don't know. We haven't said that word in ages. The other thing he says, okay, wait, where do y'all stand on this? As I catch up, one sec. My favorite southern word is Yaldova. Yaldova. Hi, Rick. Yo, welcome in, dude. Hope you're doing well. I use y'all, but I just love to use it. Okay. The other word that Alex says that gets me, but we argue about this, the correct pronunciation of this word. How do you say the coloring utensil? The coloring utensil made of wax that children use to color in pictures. They're like this big. They come in an array of colors in a little box. And they're made of wax. And you color stuff in with it. How do you say that word? Yes, Alex says crayon. And it's crayon. It's crayon. It is crayon, right? Everyone can agree with that here? Everyone can agree with crayon. It's not crayon. But I would love to hear from the people at home. Let me know. Now, real Brits would be like, where are you from, isn't it? Go to tiny country cities. They're scary, and you'll find a Sandy voice. I really don't think I sound like Sandy, but maybe I'm wrong. The glass is shattering with Alex now. We call a sidewalk... Is it stoop? Is that like the umlaut thing? Stoop? I don't know. And then we have a beautiful word. It's a sidewalk hooker. I dropped a link to Zay's TikTok about South Central Florida accent. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, if anyone's interested in this accent talk, definitely check that out. This guy's TikTok account is so well done. It's amazing. His knowledge is unparalleled. Can't be bullied. It's in Discord. Thank you. How about milk? I say milk. Because like ilk or ill. It's the I sound. Phil, that's also talked about in this guy's TikTok account. It's called the pen-pin merger. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I'm back, bitches. Welcome back, Isaiah. I say crayon. Crayon is... I can't even attempt to say that, smooch. I say crayon. Crayon? Okay, we can all agree that crayon is at least better than crayon, right? A crane? I say either, but I say crayon more. Oh, that's okay, so you say both? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Phil says cement the same way. No, Phil says cement in that same way, and I hate it so much. I actually talked about it recently on stream because he got me saying it wrong now. I gotta get Alex to say that word. I don't know if he still says it like that or not. Disney used to call pizza pizza? Pizza? Pizza. Wow. Pizza. I don't say cement anymore. That's for the best. I also think too much in English because I combine the word for Cinderella in Dutch and English. In Dutch, it's assepoester. I don't know. Ash scrubber. And I combine it with Cinderella. So Asserella. My favorite princess is Asserella. She's my favorite, Mom. But if we're talking about native, it's... Oh, you guys say Crayola? Wait, Jack, that's fascinating. So is that kind of like the way we would say... You guys know, like, you'll say, like, oh, you ask for a tissue, but a lot of people say Kleenex, and that's the brand name, right? The way, like, Crayola is a brand name. So did you guys get it from the brand name or vice versa? Did the brand name co-opt another language and be like, let's just call this Crayola? Because that's kind of weird. Look, I was young and no one corrected me. It's not my fault. Oh, no, fair. That's totally fair. It's okay. I got you. Well, gang, this has been some interesting talk. I did not expect the conversation to go here, but here we are. Now, the brand definitely influenced it. That's so interesting. So, you guys say Crayola the way Kleenex is a common one, at least where I live. And then another one is people will ask for a Band-Aid, but Band-Aid is actually the brand name. You would normally ask for a bandage, but no one says, hand me a bandage. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. I learned to say Brookfist instead of breakfast because my mom mispronounces it that way. Sorry. My friend teased me about it, and so I stopped. Oh, my mom mispronounces it. You know what's another one that gets me? I was just talking to my in-laws about this when they were over this weekend. When someone sneezes, what do you say as like the, Gesundheit, pardon, whatever. A lot of times it's bless you, right? Which is the two words, bless and then you, right? Right, bless you. Blessed be thy name. I got 2 noses. I got 3 noses, damn it. That one wasn't as good of a one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to whoever did that. Where was I going before the noses? Oh, bless you. That's right. Sneezes. That still has to do with noses. When I was a kid, I did not realize it was the 2 words bless and you. I thought it was like a 1-word moniker thing that was thrown at somebody when they sneezed. And I always heard the word bless you with an SH sound as if it was like this. This is the word I heard. I always heard people say bless you. And now the glass is cracked for you all, because the next time someone sneezes around you and a whole bunch of people say bless you, you're going to realize they don't enunciate that so that it doesn't sound like 2 words. They just go bless you. And I didn't know that until I was like fucking 8 or 9 years old. I felt like an idiot. I think I was trying to write it out one day and I was like, I've never seen that word written out. And then I asked somebody about it and they were like, you don't know the word bless? And I was like, what are you talking about? That's not the word. We call toothpaste in Filipino as just Colgate. Where's the Colgate? Amazing. See, bullying works. That's why I'll always bully you, Jack. It'll make you better. I'm too stubborn for that now. Unbullyable. We mostly call stuff as it literally is. Dutch people are just so blunt. That's not a bad thing, though. I used to say bless you, and now I say Corona, burn them at the stake. So many people in my life do this to me, but I'll never stop. Funny, I usually say ew, gross, or disgusting. I can say it like that. They don't enunciate. We've rarely seen a vein of pure copium this large. I feel like I enunciate more than most people. Alex says I does it. Alex says I do it too much. Say horror. Horror. I do say horror. All right. Fine. I do recognize something that I do get caught up in. I can speak too quickly, and when I speak too quickly, my words tend to run into each other. That does happen. I'll give it that. But Alex always makes fun of me whenever for instance, if I'm cooking and I'll be like, oh, let's pull out the chicken breasts for the dinner tonight. He always makes fun of how I go like breasts, and I really enunciate the STS at the end. And he's like, what are you going to say it like that? Okay, I'll stop. No, it's out of affection. Anyways, that's our little language thing for the day. That was fascinating. I highly recommend. Jack posted the link to that accent guy on TikTok. His stuff is fascinating. You should go look at it. It's game time. It is game time. It's been an hour. Okay. I do think I'm gonna grab my protein shake super fast. I'll put on. You're right. You're right. I am thirsty. Okay. I am gonna grab my protein shake super fast. I'm gonna put on a movie. Oh god, Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's hope this works. Actually, I'm gonna leave it for now. Everybody begs for game time and then stops talking. I know. Listen, as long as you guys wanna chill and hang, I don't care. Yap forever. I will still yap during this game. This is going to be a one-off game, as in today is the Five Nights at Freddy's day. I'm going to try to beat it. So we will get a prediction going if a mod wants to do that. Will Alyssa beat Five Nights at Freddy's? As many times as I can. Hi, Miley! Thank you so much for the 16 months! I'm here for the masterclass in Yapology. It's constant, baby. Yapology is a lifestyle. Yapology is a lifestyle. Thank you so much for the 16 months, though, Miley. I hope you're doing well. Good luck. No, yeah, we're gonna try it. It's unlimited tries during this stream, but will I get it done this stream? So if a mod could get a prediction going for that, I'm gonna go grab my protein shake super fast. I'll be a minute. You will not get very long in this video. Pause the music. We finished in Sound Mind. We did, Smooch, and that VOD playing through to the very end is on YouTube. I know you're catching up with those. I'll be right back. Can I put the mask on? I can. All right, see ya.
Just start walking. Look at me. Excellent.
What is going on? No!
Streamer? That's a great try. The sketching streamer!
The champion of failure.
What? I don't think I'm gonna need music, right? Okay, let's try it again. Why is it doing this? Wait! Stop! Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening? Every time I click on something, it breaks my goddamn screen, dude. Wait, I have to move stuff around. I have to. Oh, this one. Oh, wasn't this one? Oh, we got money. Oh, we got money, dude. And this? Oh, is that just a pole? All right, I'm back. Really hoping that was back. Like Tell me, why the fuck is there 16K on the doubters? What the fuck is happening? No one thinks I can do it. Everyone's all in on no. God damn it. Okay, I see one. Listen, if Jack is right, he's stealing all your money. He's stealing all of it. I can't. I have to do this for the believers. Okay, now it's a point. I have to do it. Have you met Alyssa? We should have she can't talk for 5-minute points redeem. I'm sorry, I had to. It is in the brand. But here's the thing, Isaiah. That would be like anti-viewer technology for me. Do you know what I mean? People come here for the yaps. Alyssa yaps for an hour. Hence why I'm going through the VODs fast. See? Maybe when I post the VODs, I should timestamp where the game starts. That's a good idea. Smooch? That's a good idea. Wow, who did that? Gee, I wonder. Someone else is in on Believers? You're right. 16K is not enough. You know, I actually believe if I vote 10K, I only voted 100. Really? No one's out there? Well, he won't have mine since I can't, because, oh, you can't Gamba. So the Philippines can't Gamba either? I forget. Is it also the Netherlands? I think. I feel like I see Smooch say that she can't gamble. I'm currently trying to turn last night's session notes into something other humans can actually read and understand. Oh, Miley, that's so rough. Thank God our DM Alex normally does that for us, because that's tragic. No risk, no reward, baby. Well, hey, if you're right this time, you get a shitload of points. When I do my VODs, I take out all the apps. See, that's what my game edits are for, though, Disney. Whenever I do, because I have my VODs channel, then I have my actual like Alyssa Games channel, and that's where I like actually go in and like, I'm gonna make it good. I'm gonna make it pretty. I commend that though. If I did that with VODs, it would be way too much. I also like the feeling of a VOD sometimes being like I'm just sitting on stream, because I can choose to skip it if I want. And yeah, I get it. A vape that's also a fidget spinner. The kids will have no chance. That was your $1 billion idea yesterday? Gotcha, yeah. If you missed the actual VOD, oh well. I mean, I know a lot of streamers that do that too. There's so many different ways you can do it. I can't vote, but I believe in you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it is considered online gambling, isn't it? I think that's... Isn't it? I think that's bullshit. Because it's fake internet points, but, you know, whatever. Yeah. I know, right? I just want to win so I can do endless face scans. I know. It's bullshit. It's bullshit for y'all. Okay, it's time to set up FNAF. While the prediction's going. I'm doing this for the believers. First time we're playing FNAF. Believers. This is for you. 5 nights at Freddy's. Hey, 19 viewers. That's better than a lot of games we play. Okay, we're gonna see if the screen breaks. Oh my god. It did. It did. Hello? Ah! Why'd the camera break? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Sims. It's the Sims all over again. Wait. What the fuck? My camera's not responding. Close program. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Freddy here, got your ass.
The bits aren't working? Wait. Alex, didn't work. Freddy here got your ass? Oh my god. What do we even do? You heard it? I didn't hear it. My computer. So guys. So what do we do? Hey, this works. Okay. She a robot confirmed. Okay, this works. Why does my lighting look all weird? Help, we're stroking out over here. Bits work though, the mic sounds weird. Why does the mic sound weird? Okay, I'm gonna try closing this. T-Pain? I've closed the game. It's good now. So you're telling me 5 Nights at Freddy's breaks both my mic and my camera? Is that what you're saying? Shouldn't have said stroke. I don't remember it breaking the mic. I do remember... No, that's just it. You just don't remember it breaking the mic. I think we're going to pivot. And do something else. And I need to test this. It did not mess up Disney that bad. My whole computer black screened for a second. And it was bad. Okay. we're gonna pivot. Here's what we're gonna do. Mods, if you can you cancel the prediction? Yeah. Yeah, can you return? Oh, gonna burn the Gamba then? I can't because I gambled. I think Alex can do this. Alex, can you cancel the prediction and return channel points? I think you can because you did it. When the static is in the game, it messes with the cam, but there's no static, it doesn't mess up. How the fuck did people record this game when it came out like 10 fucking years ago? Should be good now? Thank you. All right, so we're gonna pivot. We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a poll now. Alyssa will get jump scared by insanity. Okay. We're gonna do a viewer vote. I believe this is for you. It's viewer vote time. What game? I have a couple of spooky games that we could start. We have one called Fear the Spotlight. I know you guys want Insanity, and I do plan to get that in the spooky season, but I do not have it downloaded, and I do not think I would be able to do it before stream needs to end. We have No Skin, which is a full game now. I've played the demo of that before. We have Amori. We have Static Dread. And just so you know, some of these are kind of long games. Long-ish, long adjacent. And if they suck, we just won't finish them, but whatever. You have 5 minutes to vote. These are the games. Which game do you want to play? All of them are spooky. All of them are spooky. I'm also going to turn back on the music, which it... Wow, it just closed out the program. Okay, that's great. I love that. I love that for me. I love that for me so much. What do you mean Spotify can't play this right now? Shut the fuck up. Okay, got it. Anyways, there's a poll now, gang. Because Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm going to have to test and figure something out. There's 5 games up of what you want to play. Fear the Spotlight is a horror game that came out recently. No Skin is an experimental roguelite that we've demoed before on stream, but there has now been a full release. Amori, I've heard wonderful things about. A bit, I think it explores mental health, but it's supposed to be like kind of a horror psychological game. Static Dread is also a new game that's come out. It kind of reminds me of No, I'm Not a Human. It's also like Lovecraftian, eldritch horror type stuff. And Vampire Therapist, which seems to be running the fuck away with it. You guys really want vampires, don't you? I don't think it's a big game. You should be able to download it. No, Alex, it is like 30 gigs. It is a big game. It's a lot. And I would have to do it on my D drive and not my C drive. So, yeah, no, it's a lot. I would have to do it on a drive that's extremely slow. So I don't think I can do that right now. But it's okay. It seems like y'all are pumped about vampires. So, damn, Liz, I guess you gotta play RuneScape. Everyone has cam issues with the static. It's a thing. That's so bizarre. Well, at least got a good clip out of that. Sounds like my Tinder bio. Your tarot card tried to warn you, I think. Didn't someone turn off the gotcha voting? Oh, no, I didn't. What? Yeah, Insanity's really big. It's big for what it is. I think it's just because it's not optimized and they threw on so many, like, it doesn't even use Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5, when it's not optimized, is such a bitch, and they just have so many like high-level textures and stuff in there. That's probably why it's such a big game. Where is it? Yes, the Insanity is 25 gigs. It is a 25 gigabyte game. It's 25. I thought it's like 3. Yeah, no, it's crazy. D drive, huh? Yeah. I do have to use the D drive. All right, well, is there even a point in leaving it up this long? I think it's clear who the winner is. Report poll. I can't end it. Who is voting this much for Vampire Therapist? I'm just kind of curious. Who is doing this? Oh my god. Because I don't know if it's one person or if it's multiple of you, or if it's just one person's like, I like vampires. Do it. I do think Vampire Therapist has voice acting built in. I think Matt Mercer is one of many voices in Vampire Therapist. And that's all I know about it. So you and I will be going into this shit blind. Lizard. It is like that. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't have enough stake in any of these games to be burning points on spamming the vote. I think a lot of them are going to be really good games. I do. These are some of the games I have planned for spooky season. Some are still a surprise. Also, No, I'm Not a Human just came out, so we will be getting to that soon. I wanted Vampire and act like it's a fanfic of Twilight. Maybe it is. Who knows? Okay. We played the demo of No Skin, right? Yes, we did. We played the demo, and then I had a full release a little bit ago, and I do want to get around to that sometime because that was fun. It's supposed to be experimental storytelling, which we just barely scratched the surface of whenever we played the demo, and now I kind of want to see if we can dig in there and like figure that shit out. You know how I love a good convoluted story. That's like half the stream. It's yapping, and then it's like conspiracy tinfoil hat theories, right? And that's the stream. That's what we go for. Okay, Vampire Therapist has won. Smooch has contributed 170 channel points. All right, Vampire Therapist it is. What should we call this? I have no idea what to expect from this. That's what we're calling it. Vampire Therapist. Hey, here we go. Let's go. I have too many channel points. You say that like it's a bad thing. Going to therapy because of Twilight. Okay, gang. I'm sorry FNAF did not work out because I know a lot of you guys are waiting for me to play that. It was a gift from Disney. Disney, I will do some off-stream work over the next like week or two maybe, and we can fit it in on a different stream because I still intend to play that. It's just if the mic is also fucking up, that's like I've really got to figure that out. But let's pause the lo-fi. Everyone watch your ears. Time to pivot. It's time to, I don't know, talk to vampires or something. Are they our therapist or are we therapists to them? I don't actually know. Okay. They're moody. They would be. All right, everyone, welcome. Welcome to the game. Titled Vampire Therapist. There's DLC, apparently. There's DLC, and it's called Couples Therapy. As in I'm dating one of them? Good-ass music? It is good-ass music. Okay, so I have no idea what to expect from this game. I was scrolling through Steam one day. This was maybe a month before spooky season started. And I was just collecting shit. It was like the end of the summer sale. And I saw this and it was for sale. And y'all know how I love vampires. I love all things brooding and spooky and weird. And I thought, yeah, let's get it. And that's all I know about it. No, we're the therapist? Okay. Hell yeah. Speaking of spooky, someone had turned every single clock in our school an hour backwards, even in the locked classrooms. It was not even time to move to wintertime, daylight savings time. How'd they do that? That's impressive. Okay, also, Blood of Troy, Spanish Nights. I don't know those. Let's just start a new game. How is the sound for you guys? Is it too loud? Because also you're going to want to hear this because there's voice acting. So I don't want it to be too quiet either. Why is Smooch's chat... Why is Smooch's chat message vertically in the stream chat view? I don't fucking know. I don't know, but I like it. Well, it's gone now. Okay. God, what is happening today? I'm gonna blame that also on Five Nights at Freddy's. Makes me feel special. All right, let's jump in. Let's see what we got. Vampire Therapist explores or touches on sensitive topics such as war, abuse, addiction, sexual oppression, suicidal ideation, religion, and of course death. These may be uncomfortable or upsetting for some readers. Okay, so everyone keep that in mind. We talk about this sometimes on stream, but like everyone just, yeah. Such a TG. I don't know what that means. We recommend that readers with a history of trauma related to any of these topics approach this game with caution. Naturally, a game about vampires will also involve blood and sexual themes. Strong language is also present. Vampire Therapist was developed in consultation with licensed therapists. Wow. But it should not be considered a substitute for therapy unless you're a vampire. Okay. Trigger warning. Yes, that is a hell of a trigger warning. But that's good. You know, it's good to be, I don't know, cover your bases.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang.
I can't even
And let me
focus
tell
on the
ya,
story because of the
A vampire
accent.
who's good with a gun can be a real terror.
A gunslinger?
I got lucky though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace.
Amen. Think too hard,
After
no
they
peace.
passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think.
Oh.
Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw.
So this guy was a cowboy vampire?
But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers.
Wait.
I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been lucky, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
There's something about the art that's really tickling my fancy. I'm really enjoying the artwork so far. Just the way it's rendered, the direction of it's very nice. Leipzig?
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb?
Fletter. Fuck, I should have read it before correcting him. I just heard Klein. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. This guy was a cowboy. So what are we talking, like 1800s? This is a lot. Yeah, we're gonna get this straight. This guy was a cowboy. We're talking 1800s Western America. Then died and became a vampire, or undead, whatever. Became a vampire, who then decided, hey, being a vampire doesn't have to be bad. I'm gonna find others and help them. And then that, I guess, he's been doing that for like 100 years until the internet came. And then through the internet was like, hey, I connected with this guy, as we all have on Facebook or MySpace or fucking, I don't know, Omegle, whatever. He connects with this other vampire who's much older than him. And now he's like, we gotta go find him? Is that what's going on right now? So this guy's is just old cowboy man in Leipzig? Really? Okay, Sam. MySpace? I don't know what he's looking on the internet. This guy's from fucking 1882. I don't know. I have no idea. He is a cowboy turned vampire turned therapist. Okay, I think we're getting it. Let's go.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
Okay. Immernacht.
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Okay.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
I love how they wrote that. Guten Abend.
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Who are these voice actors? Oh my god. Oh no. I love her hair. That's true. Her hair is pretty. It's a vibe. Is that Liam? Is it? Look it up. We have to look up. Listen, if Matt's in this game, maybe it's Matt and friends, right? They do things together all the time. Now he'd be looking at Grindr. Okay, what do we say? Tell them you're here to party. Ask about the dress code. Let's ask about the guy. No, let's ask about the club. We can't be too forthcoming. This just reminds me of Rhea Ripley. Hell yeah, dude. We love Rhea.
Well, what's so special about this club?
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
Okay.
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever.
I don't think that is Liam. But it does kind of sound like Matt. There's no way that would be Matt, right? I have no idea.
You are free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
Und daher seid ihr now attracting sexy old cowboys.
Shh, Maxie, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
Wait, do vampires think like that?
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott. It reminds me of that one Barbie villain. Who? Like the Princess and the Pauper one? Oh, I don't think I know that one. I'm not familiar with that one. Damn. Let's ask about the dude. No more pleasantries.
I'm looking for Andromachos.
Andromachos.
You mean the club owner? Ja, that is why we are here.
If you're lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Well, what happens there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
Okay. Are Europeans known to be kinky? Is that a thing? You're all European. Let me know. Is that a thing? That's my favorite, or Fairytopia is? I'm not either. Alyssa, you don't ask that. I mean, the stereotype. I don't know. Let's ask about the dress code.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is totally sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
Okay,
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
Reinhard, stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Maxi Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
No, you are the naughty one.
Oh my god, stop.
Oh, I definitely ain't an American no more.
The ace in me is cringing. I'm gonna be honest. You don't just ask. Big Dream Daddy vibes from this game. Yeah, the jokes. I know, it is giving that. Is there a way, like, can I just go inside?
I
No.
can cut loose. What kind of party is this?
Oh, I thought the music stopped.
The
Okay.
kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
I do not know how the voice actors are saying this with a straight face. I'm gonna be real. The ace in me is cringing a bit. I don't know if that's just me. It is giving Big Dream Daddy vibes.
Oh, here are them kind of vampires.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, are there?
What?
Uh,
Horny jail for these two? For real?
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Why am I glowing red?
oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it.
Ayo.
It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of.
Okay. Sir, ma'am, back away, right?
There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do or die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
So I have to diagnose this?
I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there. I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Are we? Hold up. Are we diagnosing them? Because of how they're acting? Because they should go to horny jail? Is that what's going on right now? He mentioned these three things. I'm gonna be honest, they all went over my head. What is this? Private property, do not read. Reward if found. Cowboybloodsucker@vmail.com. If you got this email in your inbox, what would you think? What would you be thinking? This game gets very technical, actually. Oh, so Rick, you know the game. Wait, no. I wanna... Let me look at the pages, can I? Oh, there we go. I found this old notebook and figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figured it'll help me organize my thoughts. I'll separate it into sections so I can jump to them right quick. That way, when I need to get to a particular section of my notes, all I gotta do is hop over to that section. Okay. Easy as falling off a horse. Falling off a horse is real easy. Cognitive distortions. My clients, my ramblings. Okay, the funny ways you think we just can't see it. Okay, do we need to read all this? Okay. I realize we vampires can think in funny ways sometimes, like reality's right in front of us and we just can't see it. Heck, pretty sure it's all humans who do that, not just vampires. Okay. We do think funny thinking in particular ways. Sometimes his southern dialect, even written, is just like, it's throwing my mind through a loop. We do think funny thinking in particular ways, so I figured I'd write them down so I don't forget them. I'll include examples. Okay, he said that earlier. High noon. Sometimes things can seem black and white, win or lose, famine or feast, live or die. Everything's a big showdown. Ended up with a stake in the okay, blah, blah, blah. Examples include, if I can't get the best saddle, my butt's gonna break. Ain't no doubt. Either I show up ready to win the rodeo or I'd better not show up. The fate of the Wild West is hanging on this gunfight. Okay, what's saloon thinking? Thing is, wait. A lot of us bloodsuckers have the habit either of feeling responsible or soul control, or feeling completely hopeless. So what is that? What do you mean? With my dark powers, vampires shall dominate the mortal world. If a mortal discovers our secret, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. Oh, so that's just like doom and gloom thinking, or like all or nothing. But that's kind of what high noon mind thinking is. What? Okay, saloon thinking is more like reality is somewhere in between, but this is kind of it too. This is ignoring all in between. Okay. Hot Brandon, we vampires sometimes call ourselves awful names. Oh, calling ourselves names that do no good. Okay, that's just self-deprecating talk. Okay. I do not want to have fun, and Immernacht is the only place to be on a Friday night. High New Mind is all or nothing, so we think it's that. Yes, I think you're right.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Are we always gonna play the cowboy man? I really was not expecting that. I can't take his voice seriously. How weird was it that we were talking about accents earlier in the stream and now this has happened? What is going on? V-mail, I know. I saw the trailer, the therapy stuff is a lot, not just a silly gimmick. Oh, interesting, okay.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked halfway all night.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him. Excuse me, friend.
Oh my god.
I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts. I'm here to see Andromachos.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
No, you're going to horny jail! Why do they have to word it like this? Bring them joy, dash their hopes. I think they need to go to horny jail. I won't be a bitch. Okay. Why they? God.
Yeah, sure. They're friends of mine.
Okay.
Have fun, mate.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
This is also giving.
Dang,
Oh.
awful loud in here.
It is loud. I was gonna say this is also giving a little bit of Date Everything, where you can tell they have a good voice acting cast. Yeah, Anti-Jack's right. They gotta go in horny jail.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Well, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
Oh my god.
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, look at you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
Okay, wait, Crimson? I love the tats. Love the hair. Kinda sick.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a nothing bartender.
That's hot.
Oh, you're not a know-nothing bartender. Wait, that's a thing. That's the self-deprecation.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
You can't say shit like that about yourself, then you start to believe it.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are.
You can't test me like that, my therapy skills.
Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
She's gonna give me blood. Blood?
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
You just met some guys. They were vampires. They wish they were. You know what I'm saying?
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Who's Bert?
Bert?
Yeah, Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
Is that the bouncer? He does look like a vampire. I mean, look at those eyes. He can't be, like, alive. Human. I guess they call humans still vampires in this.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
I think a vampire's favorite drink would be a Bloody Mary. But with real blood.
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin. The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
Is he gonna therapy test me? Is this like when you graduate school and you gotta take the MCAT or something? I can help myself.
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson. We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Is he your therapist? Sounds like Xerxes from the 300 movie. Would it surprise you to hear that I've never seen that? He's hot as fuck, damn.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
That is something Alex says. He kind of says it jokingly, but he'll be like, oh, you scared the heck out of me. Oh, man. I did marry a southern boy, didn't I? Excuse me? You can't tell me, Alex, that you haven't said that. And you go, shoot. But you do it, like, ironically. You do it ironically. Alyssa exposing her husband. But it's ironic, but you do go like, shoo, that scared the heck out of me. It's hilarious. Oh my god, Smooch, you can suck my blood. Oh jeez.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down.
Okay, what's gonna
What
happen?
an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
His accent, I can't quite pin down. It's interesting. Oh, he can suck other stuff too. Oh my god, Smooch!
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
What? What are we talking about? Irony is the way Riot's inner southernness sneaks out. I mean, it kind of is. You're not wrong about that. He sounds a bit like the original Dracula. Like Tasmanian? Wasn't he, it's like Transylvania, but they say, is it supposed to be like Eastern European? Very Eastern European influence? I think that's how a lot of original vampire lore is supposed to be. I actually think you can track down like the first vampire lore. It's like in Serbia. That's where like the first little, I don't know, traces of what would be a vampire, what would become a vampire, I think started. I read a book on that like a year ago. I think it was Serbia. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something.
That reminds me of those like infographics you see when it's like, if you need to make a decision, take a nap, or like eat some food, or take a shower or something. That's good advice. It's good advice. I mean, Transylvania is in Romania. Oh, there we go. So Eastern European. There you go. Transylvania, I know, is where the original Dracula takes place. I think the original vampire myths take place, or not take place, but like they come from Serbia, I think. And then, oh, there was another spot. I forget. Where does Carmilla take place? Carmilla is like the book that paved the way for Dracula? I forget. Carmilla's one I want to read soon, though. That sounds like a good one.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
I kind of wish we had more of those like science names for these. I would do better with that. I like psychology terms.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Whoozy what now? I like it.
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
I would rather call it that than high noon mind. I'm just saying. Explain high noon mind.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marcus was a bedroom name.
Oh my god, okay.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
A handshake? You telling me everyone had STDs in Rome? Maybe they did. I don't know. Eh? Why do they draw their hands and arms so well? Like, damn. Yeah, true.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
I would prefer to call it polarized thinking because I know what the word polarized mean. That would help me. I would understand what that means. Now I see Caesar getting banged. Shout out to the Romans. What's your Roman Empire?
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
That's stupid.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Well, yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
That's true. High noon, shootout. It could be black and white. I understand what they're trying to get at, but I mean, if I get shot in the gut, even if I live through that, life ain't the same after that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's the same after that.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it. If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Wait. Is he trying to catch me using this specifically? So that is it, because you're not going to die. There's an in-between. How is that different than saloon thinking, though? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So we're changing the names now. Okay. Oh, a feeling of responsibility, of control, or complete hope, or feeling completely hopeless. See, that makes me think it's saloon thinking. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see.
We are only trying to identify Nosferatu thinking right now.
Okay.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
So he's literally telling me this is what Nosferatu thinking is. Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Is that Nosferatu thinking?
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire. Let us continue.
All right. Saloon thinking is more about personal power in the situation. Okay. That does help. Thank you, Rick. Usually getting shot is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Exactly. Okay, not just the outcome. Got it. Womp womp indeed.
Death eventually comes for us all.
Okay. So, I mean, yes, that's true, but I guess not, because they're vampires, so... Yeah. He's gonna tell me I'm wrong again.
That sounds like Nosferatu thinking. That's pretty black and white. We've cheated death ourselves.
Although this thinking is binary, it is also true, and therefore not a distortion.
How is it true if y'all are fucking vampire? Okay.
And death has already come for us, my friend. We simply cling to life. Please, let us try another. Mortals will always fear our kind.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Oh, that's a good point. Aw.
Very good, Samuel.
That's kind
And
of sad
even
to
if
think
you
about.
haven't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not. Always is such a terminal word, is it not?
True?
Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Yeah, let's do saloon thinking.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless.
That's why it's called saloon thinking. This guy needs better names. Aren't you supposed to be like 300 years old?
It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
I am getting mad a little bit. It's like playful mad, but it's still there.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush.
Dude, it would be so nice. That would be the good thing about living forever. The idea that you don't have to rush to learn everything. You can just do things whenever you want. That would be nice.
What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
That makes way more sense to me. Don't give it a stupid vampire name.
Rarely do we have complete power over our
Don't do
situations
it.
or no power at all.
Don't do it.
But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. And maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
You're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos.
All right, I have a question for people out there. Okay, wait, but but procrastination would be endless since there's always tomorrow. No, it's very true, Rick. And also, really, to be immortal, if anyone ever asks you, like, or if anyone ever asks me, like, oh, Alyssa, if you could live forever, would you? My answer is always no, because of the emotional ramifications of it, which is kind of what we're discussing right now. But also the fact that you outlive everyone you know. Would you constantly be, you know, like losing people in your life? Would you ever have as strong of a relationship as you have now with people in your life? How would you feel watching time and ages and eras pass you by and you're just still in the same spot? I don't know. It would get very sad. Living forever also means outliving the sun. Oh, true. You could just float in space. But see, would your body even be able to handle it? What I was gonna say about this is, that's right. I was gonna ask you guys, for the people out there in chat, have you guys, because I know some of you guys have had therapy before with an actual therapist. Is this actually kind of what it's like? Not this particular conversation. We have not made it that far in the game, obviously, but it seems that we're learning the mechanics of things we need to keep an eye open for. And then whenever we have our clients or other vampires come in, as they say things, we're going to catch them with things like the control fallacy or the polarized thinking and kind of explain that to them. And it seems like we're going to need to catch them doing those things as much as possible to kind of retrain their mind to be open to these ideas and how they can live maybe a bit more healthfully or have better coping mechanisms or whatever. Is that actually what it's like? I actually don't know. I went to therapy once and I was like 6. I don't remember any of it, dude. I have therapy today. Let's go, Jack. Kind of, yeah, it is like that. I haven't been paying attention, but I'm gonna go with no. Oh, never mind. I'm talking about, like, tell me about your therapy mechanics, gang. That's what I'm asking. I'm just curious. I don't actually know what happens in a therapy session. Let's see what this holds.
Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative.
Okay.
Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
Ooh, okay, this is interesting. Depends on one's issue. Okay, so you're saying, Rick, that it would depend on what you, the client, would want to talk about? Because I can imagine, that's what I've always thought was a lot of it, was like you, the client, kind of divulging to the therapist, like, what's bothering you, but also, does the therapist kind of, like, pry isn't the right word, because it's their fucking job, but does the therapist kind of, like, ask you questions and kind of, like, poke at your brain a little bit to maybe get to a topic that you weren't expecting to talk about, but it turns out it's related? Do you know what I mean? Role play, it's an escape. Yeah, I know, Smooch, but I can't support AI. My therapist tends to catch things I say and redirects how I'm thinking or phrasing things and points out ways I could be thinking about it in a different way. Okay, so that is kind of similar to this a bit. There's so many different kinds. Oh, that's true, and I guess I knew that. Like, I had more talk therapy and Phil had cognitive behavioral therapy, which is very different. Okay, wait, what's the difference between that then? Because I always thought cognitive therapy was mostly you sit down and chit chat. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a chat, not art. I don't support AI art. I love that you don't support AI art. Yeah. Just AI in general. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough subject. But I'm glad you don't smooch. Hell yeah. He doesn't call out fallacies, but especially when I call out something negative, he'll tend to find ways to make me feel more comfortable with that part about myself. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted my therapist to analyze me, and instead he focused on the now and how to live with my problems, anxiety, versus fight against, avoid, overcome. Oh, okay. Huh. That's wild. I wonder how they're trained and, like, depending on the kind of therapy they do, how they approach a session. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure clients kind of go in either with no expectations or expecting something very specific. And then they must have, I mean, kind of like whenever I used to teach horn lessons. I mean, I know it's but like, you know, someone comes in for a lesson and I know I have a loose curriculum in my head or a way of how this is going to go, right? But also as a experienced and qualified teacher, I am very prepared to go on the fly based on what my student would need at that lesson to make them reach the best success, right? And so, like, I'm sure therapists also are kind of like prepared for how things should go, but maybe also ready to work on the fly if need be. I had a lot of different types of therapy, from trauma to advice. Okay. Smooch, did you find that one type has worked better for you, or was it for different things? I demanded my therapist give me the gist of cognitive therapy, and it was an 8-paragraph answer. Okay, so you're saying you can't do it on a Twitch chat. Is that what you're saying? It's very similar for me as what Phil had said. It wasn't about changing myself. It was about accepting myself. Oh, that's kind of beautiful, though. It's very much based on mindfulness therapy. What does that mean? Yeah, it's more mind altering. This is like how you think lets you... Wait. How you think... Let's get you to think this way and give you exercises to get there. Okay. Do you guys say the exercises? What kind of exercises can a therapist give you to work on at home outside of, like, for instance, we're talking about self-deprecation. I could imagine maybe a therapist would be like, hey, anytime you catch yourself saying something negative, let's kind of like turn the boat around give it a different spin, because that's, you know, not actually how reality is, and let's kind of train you to think a bit differently. Like, that's maybe an exercise I could see them giving. Are there other ones? I heard pee lessons, not horn. I need to go to horny jail. Okay, Smooch, that's actually, okay, quick derail of what we're talking about. That is actually a common joke in music majors. So French horn, the instrument I play, normally is just called horn. I need to enunciate that. Horn. Like, if you talk to someone who's a musician, you don't say, I'm a French horn player. That's actually a really good way to spot a novice or a beginner or someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. You would say, hi, I'm a horn player. And they're like, I know who you are. Ironically, the degree is also called horn performance. And I cannot tell you how many people across the world make the joke of hearing the words porn performance instead of horn performance. That's real. That's a real thing. Definitely made a Facebook status about it in like 2013. So like every other fucking horn player out there, because inevitably someone hears you say that and they go, you do what now? So good. For what it's worth, I've not been to any sort of trauma or crisis therapy and never have been. Or I'm not in and never have been. Okay. I'm more in it for general maintenance. So I don't know what approach would be. Yeah, in trauma situations. No, I feel that. I feel that, Jack. Well, it was all for different things. First therapy was to figure out my own problems. Then the next was trauma therapy because of my past. And then it was to work on my self-image. Okay. And then how to better myself and do stuff in the future. Oh, interesting. So they've been effective for the different things. Mine was more talking about things bothering me now or in the past and why they bothered me. Like, why do you think that? Is that you thinking that, or is that your mom in your head? Oh, I feel that. Okay. Do you think there is anything you can do to get yourself to change that or speak to this person about this? Oh. Disney, do you find that helpful, or do you wish it was different? Not physical exercises, but like breathing, maybe writing things down or making a list. Okay. Mindfulness is accepting what is, and meditation focusing. Oh, I do kind of do that. I do that with like my witch practice, my personal practice. I'm trying to get into meditating more. I try to do it for like a long chunk of times on Mondays. I just need to not be lazy about it. Today I have no idea what I'm going to talk to my therapist about. I'm feeling pretty stable. That's great, isn't it? Do you ever just cancel therapy sessions then, or do you go anyway if you feel like you're like pretty on top? Oh my God, yeah. Porn performance, baby. It was real. Exercises were mostly meditation for me. But like calm thought exercises too. I don't do them now though. Do you ever go back to them then if you're like, I don't know, do you feel that mindset ever slip back and then you go back to it? I would say meditation in my practice is pretty cyclical, but my practice in general with seasons is cyclical, and it comes more from like a spirituality side than it does probably mental health. But I guess you could make the argument that spirituality and mental health are kind of linked. At least for me, they are. I even would go as far to say, hear me out on this little pedestal I'm about to stand on. I would even go as far to say that for me, spirituality is often linked with my community and those around me, as well as empathy, which is why my practice is so important to me, because I feel like that's such a cornerstone of like life and living life and experiencing it, among other things. But that's definitely a strong cornerstone of it for me. And I do feel like community, a sense of self, a sense of those around you, sense of body, while that is connected to my practice, I think that's also connected to mental health. If you lose your sense of body, your sense of self and identity, you lose your sense of people around you and your community, that is often when your mental health starts to deteriorate and you become paranoid or angry. I don't know. So in that sense, for me, spirituality and mental health can often go hand in hand. I'm also not going to sit here and say, if you're an atheist, you're like, I'm not saying that either, because I like fully support atheists. But yeah, just like any way you can find yourself like empathizing with those around you, connecting with the world, the environment, the people, yourself. It's always a good thing. Meditation is a good way I do that, but I definitely cycle in and out of it. Exercises, letter 2. Why am I still on the screen? Hold on. We're going back here for a second. We're talking about deep shit. I gotta read messages. Okay. Exercises. Be like letter 2X, parents, addiction, yourself. And Rick, I think you actually mentioned this kind of recently on stream. Tracking emotions or what happens during the day, mapping out impactful people in your life or history, mapping our behavioral chains. Okay, a lot of that I do in my journals. My dual journal system. That's what all this is for. Hold on. I got all this shit. I got all kinds of graphs that I keep track of. Ways to challenge them. There's loads. That's really cool. It's kind of funny to hear that I do a lot of this stuff kind of just on my own. I'm sure maybe a little bit altered than what you guys have been told, but it's interesting. Yeah, talk therapy is the therapy I need, especially since I self-doubt. You self-doubt a lot, so talking it out helps me know that I'm going about things the right way and why I'm doubting myself to begin with. Like, I need the logic of the explanation. The kind Phil could never do. No, I know what you mean, because also, like, a trained professional, you know, they've been around the block. They've already seen this before, and they can tell you with certainty, like, here's what is happening, here's why you feel this way. I understand. I would never do the meditation and such because I think it's silly. I know it's not at all, so I'm not judging it or anyone that does it. I just know my brain wouldn't benefit from it because I won't accept it. No, I get it. There's also, like, there's different ways to meditate, and if you have, and I'm also not saying, like, oh, you should do it, and here's why. Because also, like, it's the same thing I say with exercising. Different types of exercising is not going to be for everyone. Here, guys, we're back to yapping hour. My stream has fucking gotten away from me. We're going back to yapping because I can't stream like a super ton longer. But let's be real. We're talking about therapy. I'm just talking. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm sorry. My stream's gotten away from me. What has happened? What the fuck has happened? Hold on. Okay. Okay, Disney. With the meditation thing. Meditation can be done in different ways. So I actually do 2 different types of meditation. Depending on kind of where my head is sitting. There's a kind where you really focus inward and you're kind of, it's the one that a lot of people think of where you're like drowning out thoughts in your mind and you're trying to be still, only focus on just your breathing or one singular thing. And there's even some ways you can do that type of meditation that I feel like is more helpful, because a lot of people think you have to drown out your thoughts, and it's not about that. It's about being aware if your mind is racing or not. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, if you close your eyes, I normally close my eyes whenever I meditate. I know you don't have to. And you meditate and you're trying to just focus on your breath or whatever. And you just realize like just how many thoughts are kind of like racing across your brain. And some days it's really little. And I only have like 2 thoughts pop up and I'm like, wow, I'm feeling good today. And other days I realize like, wow, my brain is a chatterbox, like the static screen on FNAF. And wow, and like a lot of times it's not even bad. I don't even try to silence those thoughts. It's more like you just realize how much is going on in your head that you so commonly tune out. And then sometimes it can help you realize like when you're just anxious during a normal day, you can catch yourself more easily being like, oh yeah, it's because my head is going in circles. And like, I notice that now. The other kind of meditation I do is the opposite. And it's actually more akin with, like an Eastern style of meditation. And it's what people probably see in like old samurai and like shows and like anime and shit. Have you ever seen like they do this in like The Last Airbender and they like they sit and like meditate. And it's supposed to be they're like aware of everything around them. the point of that is to sit and take in your environment. And it's why you see like the guy who's like sitting and he's got his eyes closed, but he can like catch the fly in his one hand, even though his eyes closed or some shit. It's because that point of meditating isn't so much silencing your mind and just focusing on yourself and that's it. The point is to like, am I aware of the breeze? Am I aware of the sound of the air conditioning? Am I aware of the bird that's across the street that I could hear chirping, or the feeling of the ground underneath me, and like, oh, there's a crumb underneath my foot that I didn't realize before, or it's like taking in literally everything around you, and that's also like a fascinating like kind of sensory experience. Okay, anyways, back to reading. Talking about meditation's interesting. There's a lot of different ways people can do it. So if I had one kind of therapy, I'd never improve. Oh, because I wouldn't do the steps. Completely a me problem, though. Interesting. I have a mindfulness book suggested by my therapist I want to go through soon to get back into that mind frame. I mostly just remind myself, I feel this and it's okay. How can I use this emotion to take action, or is it something that I cannot change? Yeah. That's still good, though, Phil. I struggle greatly with the acceptance part of therapy. I feel like it's baby stepping me into complacency. Oh, I see what you mean, Rick. I mean, that's something... hey, that's something you could talk to your therapist about. Yeah, like, just because you accept that something is there... you're saying you don't want to lose the motivation to change things in your life. Because I mean, I agree with you. That's also a huge thing for me, right? That's why I'm someone who embraces change and light risk taking, because I think that gets you farther in life. I am also somebody who, I really don't like complacency. I really, really, really don't like it. It makes me feel, that feeling where I'm like stuck somewhere and I'm just going to be in one spot for the rest of my life. That shit, like, it scares me. And that's just a me thing. Some people are perfectly comfortable with that, and that's awesome. But like, yeah. I was very anti-meditation once upon a time. Only anti-meditation for myself, not for others. I just straight up didn't get how to do it. During COVID, my work gave us lifetime memberships to the Calm app, and I decided to try a 30-day meditation lessons on there. It was the first time meditation was explained to me properly, and I finally got it. Yes, I had tried on and off for a couple years, and until like I actually had it explained to me and then given in bite-sized pieces, because I did one of those too. It was like a week-long, let's ease you into meditation. And it started with like a minute-long sessions, which when you meditate, you realize like 60 seconds is nothing. But when you've never done it before, you don't really get it. It was kind of the perfect way to wean onto it. Yeah, I get it. Everyone always told me it was about focus and breathing, and I was always confused about how I couldn't keep my thoughts under control. And that's it. You're not supposed... Yes, the training... For the first time, I learned that your thoughts are supposed to run away, and the point of meditation is to rein it in. Yes. And even if you can't rein... Sometimes my mind is so busy that like I feel like I can't rein it in, and it's more of just like I'm checking in and tuning in. And that way I know like if I'm feeling a certain way throughout the day, like, I don't know. It's just like having a gauge on your brain and you recognizing if you have all this static running in the background. Because I think so many people, especially in this day and age of like constantly being plugged in and constantly on the internet, I think we have so much static running in the back of our brains all the time that we're used to ignoring. And so because of that, I like, you just don't realize how much you have going on in your head until you sit down and you do things like meditating, which is why it's such a great tool. Then it happens again, you rein it in again. Yep. It's like a muscle you exercise and get better at 100%. Exactly. That's like lifting. Yeah. At the gym. Yep. You don't just be strong, you work it. Yeah. And even if you feel like it's not doing anything at first, right? Where you're like, oh, I'm just doing these 2-pound weights. Like this sucks ass. It's like, well, you know, you got to start somewhere, and doing it with the 2-pound weights is still better than just like not going to the gym at all, right? Out of the two things you could be doing the 2-pound weight is the better answer. The problem that Disney may or may not need to fix is Disney cannot sit alone in her thoughts. It's uncomfortable. Whoa, that's interesting. In my opinion, it's an anxiety thing in itself, but Disney doesn't see it as a problem that messes with her day to day. So then it's, does it need to change then type of question. Oh. For reasons I can't say because it's not my business to divulge on the internet. I know someone in a similar situation as that. And I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's like, in the situation I'm talking about, because I know them much more personally, I wish for them that something would change. I can see so many ways in their life that they would be better off if they worked towards that change. But I'm mostly just speaking to the whole, like, is it worth pursuing if it doesn't change your day to day kind of thing? In their eyes, they're like, well, I'm happy right now. I'm fine. And it's like, okay. And to an extent, they're right. Like, if they're happy and I'm over here telling them to change things, like, that's not my business, you know? As far as like the anxiety thing goes and sitting with one's thoughts, I mean, I don't really know much about that, but that's interesting. If Disney wants to weigh in on sitting alone with her thoughts, I'd be interested in hearing. Great question for a therapist. There you go. That is a great question for a mental health professional. To me, mental health is a balance between improving on things you want and need versus accepting who you are and are. And that's a very good point. Yeah, the balancing act is probably crucial because, yeah, if you lean too far into just accepting how things are, I mean, then you're happy, right? And that's good. But also, I don't know. It kind of goes with my personal life philosophy, which might not align with all of y'all's, but life is about like experiencing things and moving forward, you know? So to an extent, complacency can hold you back from that, which you might be happy and like fine. But like, I don't know. There's only so much life you get to live, you know? I'm definitely thinking of specific cases of people in my life too. So don't take anything I'm saying pointed towards anyone else. I'm actually, as I'm saying some of these things, thinking of my own life experience and how I used to feel when I was first trying to make career changes and maybe like some close friends and family and things they're going through. It's just, yeah, it's interesting. It's more like me sitting there and focusing on thoughts and breathing is a waste of time. Like, I don't see the point. My therapist has had me doing breathing exercises in therapy with her. And after ask if I feel better or calm, and I'd be like, no, it's a neutral outcome, so I don't want to do it. Okay, that's interesting. Disney, if your therapist is just sitting there doing breathing exercises with you, I actually also get that same feeling. And I say this as a person who does meditate. I use my meditation as a barometer for my inner static of my brain. But I actually agree with you that I have a similar, not that I'm going to disprove the science of it, because I know like the science of breathing exercise is supposed to, you know, hormones, neurotransmitters in the brain. Like, I understand it's supposed to be a calming experience. But I do actually have the similar experience where I don't feel any different if I'm just supposed to feel calm or feel better. And I actually get an opposite reaction where often when I do deep breathing exercises, I focus so much on my breath that my heart rate actually goes up a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, the actual deep breathing causes my heart rate to elevate, and then I feel less relaxed, if that makes sense. And I don't mean elevate because I'm like stressed out thinking about the breathing. I mean actually me taking that many deep breaths in a row elevate my heart rate. And I very, very much don't like it. The meditation, more than a calm thing, is more of like a mental health check. And I've just found it an effective way to do it. Maybe that'll help you if you're interested in doing anything like that. I'm also very stubborn when I don't see a point in things, and it's really hard for me to see the point. This is a big reason why I hated college. Taking all the unnecessary classes was so dumb to me. But that's also fair. I get the time thing, because that's one reason why during the spring and summer, when I have so much more to do in the mornings, I have like plants that I go out every morning and take care of in like our garden and our porches and stuff. I tend to not meditate and do as much, because I normally meditate at my altar here, and I do like little weekly offerings, and I have like a whole thing I do. I tend to do it more in the winter and fall months because I have more time in my mornings and life is a bit slower, which is also reflective of like the seasons and kind of cycles I follow. But yeah, in the spring and summer, as much as I want to meditate, I can't. It's very difficult to me to find 20 minutes to set aside to sit and do that. Whereas like I need to water the plants or the plants die. I need to take Percy out. He has to use the bathroom. I have to feed him. These other things I have to do that, like, yeah, me sitting at my altar and doing my meditation tends to go by the wayside. So I do understand that as well. I recall you saying it's uncomfortable. Maybe you could have changed, or I'm wrong. It's uncomfortable in the sense that I'm sitting with someone alone and just breathing. I also have never done meditation with another person. I would find that uncomfortable. It's like awkward uncomfortable, if that makes sense. No, it does. It does. Disney, it sounds like maybe you would still hate it, but maybe you could just... It sounds like you haven't done it in the right environment. And like with the right coaching, if that makes sense, almost. I totally get this. And I'm very like this. You might also, Disney, still like end up doing it that way and still hate it. That's another thing too. And like, that's completely fair. As I was saying, it's like exercising. I don't think I actually finished this thought earlier. It's like exercising. When I tell people who want to exercise or like become healthier, you have to find the kind of exercise that you want to do. Just because people say you should get cardio doesn't mean everyone's going to enjoy cardio. And if the option is like, I like lifting weights, or I'm just not going to exercise at all, then like you should lift weights. That's better. Or like, I know with Alex, like Alex really doesn't like running. So he's been trying to find like, oh, but I like biking. Biking's better. Then it's like, yeah, let's invest in that. That's a better option then. That's better than just not exercising, you know? Whereas like making him run, I think is like not his favorite thing to do. You know what I mean? Really the only way to understand with meditation is to try it and see for yourself, but it's hard to do the trying it part with the bias already in place. And oops, my camera's a little tilted. Which, Jack, you've been in that spot. I don't think I've had that bias per se, so that does make a difference. I think the only reason I succeeded was because of that 30-day program on the Calm app. It was led by a cool, chill guy I could relate to. And not some soft-spoken, ethereal guru type. Yeah, that's true. It's gotta feel, like, connected to you. Not so, like, out there, like, yes, a monk from the Tibetan temples has come to bless me with their wisdom. It has to feel approachable. I understand that. Right now, I'm working towards a more mindful life. That does make sense with stuff you've been saying. Like, Rick, you've been taking classes or trying to, like, cut out, as much internet usage and stuff. Yeah, where I cut out the constant entertainment one by one and start doing one thing at a time. No music while out shopping or TV when eating. Oh, that's actually a great idea. Then from there to a point where I can just sit and meditate for a day if need be. Learn to tolerate boredom and emotions. I feel like tolerating boredom is so important. It's something that I feel like, because a lot of us are older here. A lot of us did as kids, where like you had to entertain yourself. Even that meant playing make-believe with like your, I don't know, a rubber band and a paperclip or some shit. I don't know. You would just find a way, right? If you were sitting in a waiting room, you would just sit in your thoughts and like do something. Boredom is important. Because then I can live based on my decisions rather than the endless reactions to boredom, addictions, moods. Even like advertisements too, right? The world around you. That how many times, Rick, that reminds me of like when you just pick up your phone out of instinct and you just open like the same 2 or 3 apps over again. How many of us here have closed an app just to go and reopen it 10 seconds later? I know I've done that. So have my friends. I know you motherfuckers have done that. Yeah, it's definitely dangerous. I feel that. Also sat through forced meditation many, many times earlier in my life and did not get it. One of my team members' moms does 3 hours of it a day. She has a guru type in India who leads it daily and she's in it. Oh my God. Is she trying to do something with that? I do know sometimes people try to get like certifications or certain even people trying to become like monks or shamans or shit. Is she trying to do any of that? That's crazy. Dang, my friend does 2 hours of yoga every morning. I'm so far off to being able to withstand even an hour of just being me. 2 hours of yoga is also intense, dude. Damn. Yeah, I tried it on my own too, but like, I agree with you that getting past the bias is definitely a barrier. Like, I know it works and I totally agree with the science, but I don't feel like it works for me. I don't like doing things where you aren't doing things in general. Fishing, I hate fishing because I'm just sitting there. No, I get it. Okay, I might be dumb, but did we already beat FNAF? I slept for an hour. You're not dumb. It broke my computer. We helped out 2 horny vampires, and now we're talking about therapy. Okay, the stream got away from me. I have to fix it on my off time. I have to fix it. We will get to FNAF another time. I'm very sad about it. I recently started yearning for a specific pre-internet part of my life. Yeah. I used to sit on the bus multiple hours a day to and from university with no smartphone. With nothing but my thoughts, I thought of so many things to write. Now my life is filled with so much noise. Yeah. Noise is another good word. That's kind of what I mean when I talk about like static in the background of my brain. When I drive, I listen to podcasts. When I work, I listen to music. TV is always on when I'm at home and chilling. Podcasts when I sleep. I'm thinking I might start driving in silence to get the writing. Yeah. I'm starting to run again regularly. I'm really dedicating myself to. Remember how I talked about when I get busy in the mornings, I don't meditate in there as much during busier seasons? I keep noticing my workout schedule gets pushed to the side with people coming over to visit, as they do often, which I'm so lucky for. But I just noticed my schedule keeps getting pushed around for other people, other things that come up, emergencies, whatever. And it makes me sad because, you know, streaming and other goals I have with art and YouTube and entrepreneur stuff that keeps getting pushed around makes me upset. So some of the things I'm doing is carving out time for working out. And I'm now going running in the mornings. I'm making myself wake up early and I'm just going to do it. One of my favorite things to do is I do listen to music while I run just because it helps give me the adrenaline to like, I don't know, I listen to like fucking the Doom Eternal soundtrack or K-pop Demon Hunters and just get like, yeah, you could do this. But then the other day I realized like, I don't know, I was just listening to music during my cooldown walk just to like fill the void. And Jack, I agree with you where like, I realized like, do I need to listen to this right now? I kind of just want to like be with the trees and like listen to the birds as they wake up in the morning and like feel the breeze on my face. I don't know. There was something about that moment of like slowing down. It just felt really, really nice. I'm trying to get into the habit as the weather gets better. I have breakfast outside and I tend to just eat my breakfast and I'll maybe have like my journals out, right? Because this is also, I feel like a productive thing and I'm kind of just like analyzing my thoughts and whatever. But I'm trying to do that more in the mornings too. It's just nice to slow down when you can. Everything broke, so we switched games. Yeah. Sorry, Isaiah. We'll get back to it soon. Just want to be clear, though, that if you don't want to do it, you literally have no stake in that. Yeah, I also want to be clear about that, too. I also completely understand the whole, like, not feeling calmer afterwards, because that's also not why I do it. Like, to say that the reasons are very valid. As someone who does it, I understand. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, then you're doing it wrong, blah, 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 blah. Do it, don't do it, whatever. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the noise. I've done 10 years with 24/7 noise. I'm so sick of it now. I am too. Some of it I feel like is also societal. I pull up to a gas station now. Every single gas station that I pull up to, and maybe this is an American thing. I don't know if this is in Asia or Europe or whatnot. I pull up to a gas station and like ads are screaming at me. There's just so much shit everywhere, man. It's why I tell you guys, like, I'm not always responding to Discord right away, or I tend to do like bulk reactions or responses because I'm just trying not to be on my phone 24/7, you know? I love my podcast though, so maybe I need to get back to meditating. TikTok killed meditating for me. Like many things it killed for me. Another thing I do, I think one reason I read as much as I do now is I've replaced a lot of doom scrolling on my phone with books. Instead of carrying my phone around with me everywhere, I tend to leave it in one spot to charge, unless I know I need it on me. But now, like yesterday at orchestra rehearsal, I knew there was a piece that was a strings only piece. So if we played that, it meant I would just be sitting in the back of the orchestra in my spot, quietly waiting while the strings rehearsed, which could be like 20 minutes to an hour. And I could also just sit and listen to rehearsal. But what a lot of people do now, obviously, is like you would on a bus or anywhere else, is doom scroll on your phone. But now everywhere I go, when I know I'm going to be in a situation like that, or like a doctor's waiting room or something, I bring books with me everywhere. And that has also kind of helped. Anytime I'm itching to pick up my phone and I know it's to doom scroll, I put a book right next to my phone, so I pick up the book instead. Maybe one drive a week is quiet. That's true. Or you can do like mornings with podcasts, afternoons, quiet to detach, you know? No, I totally get you. Like I said, I know it's a me thing. I never judge anyone that does breathing techniques or stuff. I know it's a thing that works. Like, I'm not flat earthing the technique. No, Disney, I totally feel you with that. Yeah. Waking Up by Sam Harris is also great for meditation, but be forewarned, his voice is so calming, you might fall asleep. I haven't heard that one. That's good to know. For sure, just don't want to make you feel like I'm trying to convince you to try again. No, Jack, I'm on the same boat. Yeah, I don't want to pressure anyone into doing shit that, especially they have tried and they're just like, oh, it's not for me. See, the funny thing is I actually drive in silence. Like, I prefer it. I don't listen to music or anything. If someone drove my car before me, the first thing I do after turning the car on is turn off the radio. That's kind of nice, though. Sometimes I do enjoy a silent drive. I refuse to listen to music while hiking. Oh, yeah, during a hike? During a run, I have to. Because I need BFG Division blaring in my ears to get me to the next mile. You know what I mean? But during a hike, like an actual hike, like I'm there to be with nature, that shit's off. Can't do it. Even a walk, a regular walk, I wouldn't have music on for the same reason. But a cool down walk is normally like I mean that like right after I'm running. But even like that was really nice without music on. I haven't stopped listening to K-pop Demon Hunters. Dude, I still run to that shit. Yes. I still do it. I'm going on a run tomorrow morning. I'm starting with Golden. Golden's the first thing I listen to. Alyssa pronounces the L in calm. I do. Do you not? You say calm? 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 Calm is correct with the L. That is the correct way to say it. But what's ironic is with the word talk, I don't say talk. I say talk. No, talk. Aw. I say it with the aw sound. Talk. I'm semi-joking, but also everything I said about silent driving being when I was the most creative. And driving is the only place I can listen to podcasts because it's the only time my brain can't be distracted by thoughts. If I try listening to podcasts or audiobooks anywhere but the car, my brain runs too wild. Yeah, Jack, that's the whole reason I don't do audiobooks. I am the kind of person that when I read a book, I read slow enough that I even like to dissect the grammar of the prose. Like, I so enjoy every bit of the art form that is writing. That the audiobook, while I'm so glad that works for other people, I feel like I lose out on some of the experience of the author's original work, which I know that sounds elitist coming out of my mouth. That's not what I mean. But like, I don't get to soak in like the prose in its original form. And on the offhand, you actually pick up some things in like narration and different art forms in the audiobook, and that's cool too. But so much of that then goes over my head. And then I get so stuck on thinking of something that just happened, I miss the stuff currently happening. And then I get confused and I hate it. During a run, yes, absolutely. My area of Canada says calm like .com. Jack. That's your accent. That's you. Gotcha. Silent driving is nice. I do it always, except when I have other people in the car because they judge me. Everyone thinking my silent driving is my serial killer traits. That's crazy though, because I find like when other people are in the car, I have music on, but I have it dialed down so low. Like it might even be quieter than the lo-fi that's on right now. And I do that because you guys ever have too much like audio stimulus on at once while you're trying to have a conversation and then you can't hear anything? You're trying so hard to focus on someone having a conversation with you and you're like, I can't, I'm stimming out right now. Like I can't understand what you're saying. Too loud music in a space where I'm trying to talk with people, presumably in the car, would be a no-go. Not the look directly into the camera. Oh my God. It's my favorite. All right, gang. This stream has gotten away from me. We're not going to go back to the vampire game. Not today. I don't know if we will ever really. Apparently, we had that game on for 50 minutes, it says. Holy shit. We had that game on for 50 minutes. It seemed interesting. I think there are other horror games I want to get to this season, if I'm being honest. So I don't know if we'll come back to that game. It seems a bit slow. Jeez? What do you mean, jeez? It just seems a bit slow. Some of the other horror games I think I want to get to and give them their day in the sun. I'll let you guys know what we're getting to Thursday. Please remember Friday, we're also doing a bonus stream with Disney. That will be fun if you want to hear me squeal at more FPS nonsense. The other people require the music, not me. True. The discussion about audiobooks versus physical books is always fun. The narrator makes or breaks the audiobook. Very true. It can completely change the tone. The narrator of The Book Thief is Death, so the audiobook reader is kind of in character as Death, and it makes for such a good listen. I mean, you know how I touted, I read Project Hail Mary this last summer, which is easily 5-star read for me. One of the best books I've read. I really like that book. People say like, oh my God, have you tried the audiobook of Project Hail Mary? So apparently that's good too, if you're interested in that book. People sometimes swear by the audiobook experience, and much like how Disney's just like not a meditation person, I'm just not an audiobook person. But I'm also not going to sit here and be like, audiobooks suck. Come on. Like I know there's that audience out there too, and that's not me, but I just know I can't do it. My brain has always had a really hard time snatching on to aural stimulus. It's one reason why as a musician I so prefer sheet music. I hate the whole like, oh, listen to something and transcribe it. Put sheet music in front of me and I can sight read that down like anyone's business. I hate aural training so much. Some books I recommend to people to do the audio first. Yeah, that's what I've heard because it's a better experience. Yep. Heard that too. Yeah, sorry the stream got away from me, guys. It was chaotic as hell, but I hope you had a good time. We got to talk a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Crazy's here. Crazy, did you start your job yet? How was it? I'm signing off though. Rip, sorry. Wow. My eyes are completely normal and everything else was not. And I refuse to Mickey Mouse it. Yeah, going 2 times speed for sure. I hate audiobooks. They are so slow paced compared to how fast I read. I could totally see that too. For sure, there's a great short book, long poem called Nothing Burns as Bright as You. The audiobook narrator's voice and reading is so gorgeous. I can't, oh, you recommend it? Yeah. You gotta bump the speed up. I cannot listen to it at 1 time speed. I started it today, left early, dude. It was just being orientation today. I hope it went well, Crazy. I hope it went well. I was thinking of you. I was even wondering. I was like, oh, if they start Tuesday, I wonder if they'll be there for stream. Yo, let's go. I'm cutting it earlier than last week's streams, at least. I guess it's almost been 3 hours. Yeah, I'm sorry the stream got away from me today. Thursday will be better. I will have something lined up for you. I think I have an idea. Not FNAF. We will fit that in another time because I'm very excited about what is coming up. But thank you for being here while we talk about accents and therapy and vampires. I hope you enjoyed it and had a time, because Lord knows I did. Wait, what is happening? Oh, y'all are fighting in chat. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you Thursday for our regularly scheduled programming. And yeah, I hope you have a good time until then. Have a good hump day, good middle of your week, and I'll see you around. Bye. See ya.